in 2013 had frozen several embryos hoping to have a child through IVF. After the accident, the couple's parents fought a long legal battle to be allowed to use those embryos. Well, joining me now from Singapore is BBC reporter Katie Silver. Katie, good to see you. Tell us about this story, because it's quite extraordinary, the lengths that these grandparents went to.
You're not wrong, Yalda. It's an incredible story. So as you say, the couple died in 2013, and at the time they had been going through the process of IVF, trying to have a child. Now, when they passed away, the four grandparents, both sets, decided that they wanted to try and keep that going. So they wanted to get access to these eggs. Now, that was a really long legal battle because there was no precedent for that. But they won this. But then the next issue was that there was no hospitals in China that were willing to take them, no medical facilities that they could take these embryos to. So that was the next issue, the next hurdle in their long process.
And the reason for that hurdle is because surrogacy is actually banned in China.
That's right. So surrogacy has always been banned in China. And in 2015, 2016, when they lifted the one-child policy, there was talk of perhaps lightening this. Maybe there was mothers that had missed the boat that wanted a second child, but it didn't happen. So surrogacy, as you mentioned, yes, was illegal in China. It was also now illegal in India, Cambodia, Thailand, places that formerly had been quite common places for people to use surrogates. So of all places, they went to Laos and they found a surrogate there, as well as a hospital that was willing to take them. Now, the problem next that emerged was that there was no airline that was willing. The embryo was stored in a liquid nitrogen solution in this sort of cap, and there was no airline that was willing to take them. So they had to drive this incredibly long distance all the way to Laos. Now, I looked up on Google Maps how long that might take. Google Maps could not even calculate it. So that was the incredible process that had to go through in order to have this child there. Extraordinary story.
Katie, thanks so much for joining us from Singapore. Well, do stay with us. We've got lots more coming up in the next edition of Impact.